Welcome back to This is the Omniverse for episode 3 of season 1 of My Hero Academia. Last episode ended with All Might being inspired and moved by Izuku's actions when he jumped into the fray, jumped right into danger to save his friend from this giant sludge monster when everybody else, all the heroes, were just kind of setting them back, waiting, doing nothing, waiting for somebody else to show up and save the day, which motivated All Might to push himself beyond his current limits, to jump into action, to go save everybody, inspired by him going in there in spite of the situation, his lack of power and all of that. And it's like, it moved him. Every origin story I've ever read or seen or heard started that with exactly what you just did, what you just described. So if you got that, you have what it takes to be a hero, even if you don't have a quirk. So that's where we left off on a very nice, hopeful note. The thing he wanted his mom to say, now said to him by his greatest hero. Anyway, guys, let's get ready to strap in. If you want to see the full-length reaction without all the edits we got to do to get this stuff up on YouTube, check it out over on Patreon. You also get up to 4 weeks early access, depending on what tier you sign up for. You can also submit your own questions and comments for me to read at these episodes. It's just a great way to support the channel and help us do things we do over here. But at the end of the day, really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To least if you like, drop a comment, subscribe if not already, because it really helps these videos out. Huge shout out to the team over at Prepper for helping me edit down these highlights for guys here on YouTube. And that all said out of the way, let's get ready to hop into episode 3. Here we go.
The world's most popular hero, All Might. Age unknown, quirk unidentified.
Unidentified?
Ever since he appeared, crime rates have drastically decreased. His very existence a deterrent for many would-be
Holy
villains.
shit.
They don't just call him the symbol of peace. It's what he is.
Young man, you too can become a hero.
I needed someone to tell me that. And then, the person I admire.
I love how much of a gremlin he is.
I deem you worthy of my power. My quirk is yours to inherit.
I'm sorry. Pause? What? How does that work? What do you mean? You can just give it to him? I was talking about the possibilities for what could help him be a hero in this world as somebody without a quirk. I know I kind of flaunted the idea of it being maybe like a Rukia Ichigo situation, but I didn't really think that could I couldn't even perceive how that would be possible in this world. He'll probably explain it, but I just want to say, like, as far as like all of our options, that was at the bottom of my actual list as far as things that we're going to play out. Yeah, what?
Listen well, young man. This is your choice. Do you want to accept my awesome power or not?
Well, sure, but how? Explain.
Journalists always guess my quirk is super strength. I always make a joke and dodge the question. That's because the world needs to believe that their symbol of peace is just a natural born hero.
Oh, wait.
There's nothing natural about my ability. I wasn't born with this power. It's a sacred torch that was passed on to me from someone else.
Wait, what? How? Is it just a quirk that can be transferred?
I can give you my abilities.
Wait, hold on, this is a lot to process.
Yeah!
Well, the idea of passing on a quirk or inheriting it just doesn't make any sense to me. I've never heard anything like that before. Is this true? It would cause us to rethink everything we know.
Stop nerding out! You'll have to adjust your reality and accept this new truth. I can transfer my quirk to someone else, and that's just one facet of my secret abilities. The true name of my power is One for All.
Aww.
Yes.
One for all. I mean, it's kind of in the name, I guess. One power for all. I guess whoever it's deemed to be shared with. Somebody shared it with him before all of this, then, right? Because he said he didn't get it. He wasn't born with it. He got it from somebody else. Does it mean anybody that uses this power becomes what we saw? They all get giant buff and shiny, high contrast? Or also, does it leave him? Or is it shared? One for all? Can you pick somebody to imbue with it? Does that then mean he loses it? Is there someone else out there running around with this power too? Or does it truly once he gifts it, it's not his anymore. I can't imagine we'd never see All Might again. As prominent as a figure as he is in the anime sphere, it can't just be from the appearance and a half he's had so far. I'm going to assume he can still limitedly use his own power, but he can just also give it. So that maybe there's two people carrying it around, potentially infinite. I don't know. Fuck if I know.
One person improves the power, then hands it off to another person. It continues to grow as it's passed along.
Interesting. It gets stronger every time you pass it on by the experience gained by somebody that came before.
I was on a long hunt for a worthy successor, and then I watched you jump into action as the rest of us stood idly by. You may just be a quirkless fanboy, but you tried to save that kid.
Yeah.
You acted like a hero. Seriously, you gotta stop crying so much if you want my quirk.
Is this what I've been waiting for all these years?
Yes, you
How can I
dumbass.
turn him down?
You can't.
Okay, I'll do it.
There you go.
Wasn't that simple. Receiving All Might's power turned out to be no easy task, as I'd soon find out.
Oh? Not just a simple high five, it's yours.
Hey!
Wait. Gotta get him physically prepped to handle it first. But look at frail ass Coffee Big Blood over there. I don't think he could do this without it being in this guy.
Take a look at yourself. You're not ready for my power.
You little bitch.
Talking about your weak body.
Your frail, wimpy bitch body.
An unprepared body can't fully inherit it. Your arms and legs would shoot off if you tried.
Oh. That's... I don't know how any human body could be prepared for that at all. You literally changed the weather last episode.
So this whole trash thing is really some kind of hardcore gym workout.
You got it. But there's another reason, too. This part of the beach used to be beautiful, but it's been a total mess for the last few years. You'll restore the coastline for this entire section of the beach.
Trash duty. Good luck.
There's so much. That's impossible.
Begin, Daniel-san.
You want to go to UA, right?
Well, yeah, you went there, so it must be the best school around, right?
Are there others? It's the only one that's been talked about.
You've got a lot of spirit, fanboy!
UA's exam is in 10 months.
Oh.
Not to worry, kid. With the help of my handy aim-to-pass American Dream Plan. Beach will be cleaned up just in time.
Oh, God. Those windows.
My sleep is scheduled.
Oh, no.
It's going to be super hard. Think you're up to it?
I'm gonna have to.
I have to work way harder than anyone else to get in.
Yeah.
Just like that.
That's what I was saying, too. So it's a little bit of a mix of a lot of different things that we've kind of thrown around, minus the Batman thing or the Iron Man thing that I theorized.
So you see, with the appearance of quirks, the Building Standards Act...
Yo, what is that hair? What was that fish kid in front of him?
I can get in around 5 hours every morning and night, so that's 490 hours.
I'll try to squeeze
So I'll
in
need to
more
make sure I'm
time.
hitting every muscle.
Oh, he's saying this all out loud.
Close. Yeah. Independent training could help me catch up a little bit more. Excellent.
Oh, whoa! What is that?
I know you had a run-in with a villain. Pull
Ah!
yourself together, kid. UA, you might actually have to know something.
I've got to study too.
You hear him? Nuts.
Idiot.
Gotta say, there's a lot of interesting character designs in this world. Gotta give him immense props for that. Bah! Yeah, eating like a shonen protagonist now. You can't talk, you're throwing up blood. Stop it! Put those arms down. Think he smashes like a hurricane too? Probably. That did not look right. How much time have we already consumed?
Hey, kid, look alive now. You've only got 3 months left.
Oh, there we go. Done 7 months in this little montage.
The aim to pass American Dream Plan was created with your body in mind. It was fine-tuned to ensure your progress was swift but manageable. Which means
You've been altering the plan.
you're overdoing things.
Or I won't stand a chance against the other applicants. So I'll keep on trying until I've got what it takes to do that.
I mean, you can overburn and overwork your body, so, and he's not wrong about that. I commend the spirit.
Been a lot of thought to the future. Fear not! I can get you back on track. Leave it to this old man to adjust your plan.
You're not an old man. All night.
He's older than you. It still qualifies.
And suddenly, it was the morning of the exam.
Shit. Hopefully it worked out. He goes Super Saiyan. Or shits himself.
Hey, holy crap, kid. You even cleaned up outside the area I told you to.
Oh, fuck.
Seriously? There's not one speck of trash left on.
Where did he put it all? All Might destroyed it.
Holy stinking super crap! Look at this. It's you crying 10 months ago. Look how far you've come.
Jesus Christ.
There's still a long road ahead of you before you can inherit my full power set. But it's starting to look like you can do it.
So does that mean you could inherit some of it right now?
Someone told me this once. There's a difference between being lucky and deserving. Take that to heart, young man. This gift, you earned it with your own valiant efforts.
Just a hair.
Eat this.
What?
Get to swallow some of my DNA. That's how it works.
This isn't exactly how I imagined it.
Yeah, nah.
You'll be late for the exam. Eat.
Maybe better than blood. Maybe. So what is the exam?
I may have swallowed the hair, but I don't feel like anything great has happened to me yet.
Stupid Deku. Get out of my way now before I set you on fire.
Oh, hey, good morning. Let's just both do our best out there, okay? Good luck. Ever since that day, Kachan's been taking it easier on me.
Yeah, makes sense.
Thanks to All Might, I'm actually going to be a hero. Or I'll just die.
Oh,
Are you okay?
he was about to face plant on his first damn day.
I'm sorry I didn't ask first, but I figured you wouldn't mind me catching you.
Aww.
It's all like way nerve-wracking.
Very, I'm sure.
Well, guess I'll see you inside. Bye.
Holy whoa, I just talked to a girl!
Calm down.
What's up, UA candidates? Thanks for tuning in to me, your school DJ. Come on and let me hear ya!
Sounds about right.
Are you ready?
I listen to his radio show every day of the week.
Of course you do. The fuck does he do other than that? What can he do other than that?
After I drop the mic here, you'll head to your specified battle center. Sound good?
Battle centers.
I see. They're splitting us up so we can't work with any of our friends. Damn. I was really looking forward to crushing you.
Okay, let's check out your targets. There are 3 types of foe villains in every battle center. Your goal in this trial is to use your
On the printout, you've listed 4 types of villains, not 3. With all respect, if this is an error on official UA materials...
Nerd! We found the nerd!
That guy's just an obstacle we'll be throwing in your way. There's one in every battle center. It's not that it can't be beaten, but there's kinda no point.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Please continue.
Reminds me from Joe from Digimon, except with a bigger stick up his ass.
I'll sign off with a little present, a sample of our school motto. As General Napoleon Bonaparte once laid down, a true hero is one who overcomes life's misfortunes. You ready to go beyond? Let's hear a plus ultra! Good luck! Hope you practice hitting more than just books.
Not gonna lie, glad we moved on from that. I don't know how much more of that dude I can take.
All Might to the test.
Oh, dude, Joe's shredded over here.
I won't let myself down.
Oh, shit. Damn it, dude. Fantastic episode. Lots of interesting little nuggets in this. We got our answer as far as how Midoriya is going to become a hero. He can actually inherit All Might's, be the successor. As he said, he's always been looking for somebody to take that on, and when he saw him jump into action and even felt moved himself, he feels like he found the person. And like he said too, he wasn't born with a quirk, you know, so he should have known from the get-go. Well, I guess he was like, well, he has a quirk, he just wasn't born with it. So the only other alternative was if he gave it to him, which he has now chosen to do, because he saw that spark in him. And we don't know how many people it's been passed down from. And I also have a lot of questions about this too, because didn't they say like he was the first hero or something? Maybe he's just simply the greatest hero. I could have swore at one point they were like, I don't know. I guess it just depends on when. Well, if taking the full power turns you into that form, because it physically transforms him. He maybe can have it to varying degrees of strength, maybe, because maybe he's always carrying it around, but he can only change into that, you know, the form that we know when like really kind of pushing himself into it. But Midoriya here, he ate that hair, so it's the first step in passing on some of the power, I guess. The first stage after this 10-month grilling and grinding to physically prepare his body to handle some of it. Otherwise, he'd just pop his arms off. He'd pop off like a little action figure, just hitting the ground and exploding, which is wild to think about. But he says he doesn't initially feel anything different. So how does he activate it? How does he use it? That stuff he's something he's just going to have to figure out on the battlefield, I'm sure. Or maybe it'll just come in the heat or instinctually. But it begs the question of, is there a physical transformation if he were to inherit all of it at once? Why? Because where I'm still hung up on, I guess, is why for All Might, when he's in his base mode, why even has a base mode to begin with? Like, does he always have the quirk active in some way, some low level way? Maybe equal to what Midoriya is at right now. And then if he just dials it up, it forces a physical transformation. And then it just begs the question, like the timeline, I guess, that I have right now. He inherited from somebody. Was that a person prior to the world knowing All Might? And one thing we learned about it too was that every time it passes on, it accumulates. It gets stronger. All for One gets stronger. And he's clearly still All Might, right? So I guess I wonder if, like, as he inherit or passes on more, will he get weaker? Like, is it like trading off, like transferring? Like, he's giving him a little bit now. Will inevitably or eventually he completely be absent of the quirk once he passes it on? That's another question I have about the person that passed it on to him. Once it's fully passed on, will he just no longer have it? And Yeah, so that's interesting. So the experience, the battle experience, the growth, the utility, the evolution that it accumulates from the successor goes on to the next one down the line, and then they grow it and then pass it on. So it's a quirk that inevitably seems like it can infinitely grow in power as long as it keeps getting passed down. So my question, I guess, right now is like, how many times has it been passed? It's hard to say. Maybe just once, given the timeline of what we know about when quirks started to actually appear in the world. So somebody was born with it. They had to have been, right? Or maybe it was manufactured, but it seems like somebody, when the quirks hit the world, the first people started to be born with them. Someone was born with this one and then passed it on to somebody who didn't. Can you pass it on to somebody who already has one? I don't think that came up. Kind of curious about all that. But interesting that is what is going to be happening. Him slowly inheriting aspects of All Might's abilities, and what all that possibly entails. Because I like that too, because even for this fanboy or whatever, he also has just never told anybody. The world has been speculating the details of his powers, and now he's going to basically be getting a private tutorial on all of them. Over what I presume is going to be over the course of this series or season or something. But I love the whole like montage of them working together and him helping and formulating this plan. And then Midoriya's like overzealousness to really prove himself, to push himself. It's that Rock Lee mentality that I was talking about. It's just in tandem with getting this gift. It's in preparation. He needed to prep his body in order to handle receiving it. So it's a mix and match of a couple of different things, minus, like I said, the Iron Man. No gadgets, no imitating powers through gadgets, creations, inventions, or other means. It's a physical working, and he does even with that, he's got to work harder than everybody else, because he's also got to learn how to use it too. Everybody else has been born with this stuff, got a handle for it, got a feel for it, got comfortable with their skills and what they can do. And he's, like he said, I don't even feel different. I don't even know what's going to happen right now. We're just going to go in this, we're going to try it out. So we'll see how it goes, man. It's going to be a really interesting ride. We got introduced to like I didn't get her name, but the girl, I've seen her. She's in the intro. I don't know her name. I think it popped up in the credits, but it just kind of went by for a second. It was like started with an O or something like that. But like he immediately was like, time to get to the fucking, let's go do it. And he was like, wee, and fucking immediately almost face planted, tripping over his own freaking foot. So clumsy already, but she caught him. So she's got like, maybe she like telekinetic or something kind of like that. This kind of, I mean, she levitated him. She caught him with her mind of sorts. Then this one guy who's just like stick up his ass, looks like Joe from Digimon if he was on roids, who's just like, sir, this pamphlet is wrong. It doesn't match up with what you said. Is this the standards we should be held to, you little bitch? Like, what? And then, of course, you got hothead Bakugo over here. You know, like Midoriya noticed, he's like, he's being a little easier on me since the whole slug thing, because like he probably low-key mildly respects him a little bit for doing what he did, even as much as it frustrates him. But then, yeah, I don't know. So again, I think it might be on to something when it comes to like what his arc might be, kind of being humbled over the course of this to whatever degree. I guess we'll see, but sure, there's a roster, there's a whole list of characters we haven't seen yet that were in the intro as well. Whether they be heroes or villains, I don't know. And a handful I recognize just from like the con circuits and stuff like that, but there's a lot of them that I don't. That's going to be interesting to get to know them too, whether they're heroes or villains or whoever. If they're already heroes, or if they're also going to be here during this test. How is this going to go? Is there going to be a tournament? Are they going to have heroes fight one another? Although they said, like, in this little this exercise right here, that impeding your fellow heroes or whatever is a no-no. Basically, this upcoming section is basically just like a living video game, is the way they described it. Weird that they have anything in there that they're like, oh, it's 0 points. It's kind of in there just to kind of be an obstacle. Don't waste your time on it. It'll probably be kind of a burden to do so. That's definitely get brought up with reason, I'm sure. That's all I got for this one. Let's head over to Patreon, see what you all got. We're going to start off with Like Cat. Someone mentioned the first name, surname thing in the last episode's question section, a little addition. So if you see the names displayed in the subtitles, it is by English naming order. So surnames are the second ones, Midoriya or Izuku. I've started to notice that, but I've also noticed that in the dialogue too, they keep flip-flopping between which they're referring to people. Like, I know when I'm reading it, how it's supposed to be. I mean, at least if it's like in Japanese, like Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto, given name, last name, Uzumaki. But like if you're writing it out, if you're doing the proper Japanese order, it's last name first, then given name. So it's all just like, it's always like when you go into something that, like with the subtitles or the ordering or the localization, sometimes I'm just always like, which way are we going with it? Because sometimes they'll switch it up, or at least back in the day, sometimes you never knew how you were going to get it. Anyway, so I'm glad that I got that figured out for the most part. Fun fact, it created a weird duality for me watching later parts, the last 3 seasons subbed and seeing how it is by English rules, but hearing it in reverse, how it is in Japanese. Throwing them off quite a bit because where I'm from, Hungary, might be the only European country that does it. Names work in the same order as it does in Japan, but was used to hearing the English versions. So there was just a whole bunch of layers of confusion throughout the run of this then on your part. That's interesting. That's a nice little fun fact, a little detail there for that. And we got I'm a Leo. All Might mentions in the episode that heroes are those that help the community. While that's very much true in our reality, how do you think this plays into a society where most people have powers? Do you think that different powers may be suited for different types of heroism, or are heroes pretty much just going to be those that fight and capture the villains? Well, he said like early on, heroes were that help the community, and even like I think he was even talking when quirks were starting to make their rise. People were using them for more than just chasing down villains. I think that's when people started using their powers for other things other than helping the community, whether it be helping themselves or whatever. Maybe that leading down to a road of heroism or down to a road of villainy. And then it started to hijack the focus, maybe lose sight of using those abilities for this and almost became exclusively for those greater things. And I think All Might's keeping an eye on taking it to its roots for his new protege, because that's important to him. But I do think, I think by sheer nature, certain powers are best suited for certain types of situations. We saw it in the last one too. Certain people's abilities didn't have any effect on the creature that they were fighting. I think equally so, that can be applied to certain chores, certain community services. Like, if my power is to blow shit up, I don't know if I'm going to be a firefighter, right? You know, if a building's on fire and my power is like explosions like Bakugo, don't know what I can really do there to not just make it worse. Now, if you are a pyrokinetic, if you can only produce fire, not going to be much help. If you could control it, though, maybe you could move the fire away from it and suck the fire out. Something like that could be come into play, but I think obviously there are just some powers that are going to be best for certain situations. Things are always going to be situationally based on what is and is not conducive for your ability. And I think that applies to service, and I think it also applies to villains, as we saw before. The thing about what happened before, I think the important thing about what happened before was, despite, you know, it's like mismatching types in Pokemon. You can do it, It's going to be real. It's going to be a lot harder. And you might make things worse. Which is why Midoriya jumping in there was reckless, but inspiring. He couldn't do anything. He actually added to the amount of people that needed saving, but he went in there with the best of intentions. It's cool. I don't know. Next up, we got Tia Lily. What are your thoughts on Izuku having to digest All Might's hair to get his quirk instead of having it transferred in some alternate way? If you had to eat some hair for a power like that, would you? Fuck yeah. I've accidentally eaten my own hair multiple times. So down in the hair purposefully to get a power, sure. I'll bite that bullet. Why not? But he just said you just need to ingest his DNA. There's multiple ways to do that. He literally could have been like, "Hah!" and just like it could have been a vampire situation. Like when people like, oh, here, drink my blood. There you go. Bing, bang, boom. You're done. Now, is it in this situation exclusively hair? Maybe. But he just said DNA and then offered like an easy, like, didn't want to make it too weird. Guess open his hand up for a child to suck on his hand. Probably not the best look, or to drizzle it into his mouth. Also, just unsanitary. I mean, also hair, but I don't know. But the idea that I was like, does he have to, you make a good point. Does he actually have to eat his entire head of hair? Will he be bald by the end of this when the power's fully transferred? Again, it just goes into like my questions about how exactly does this work? When does it become fully transferred? A lot of stuff around that. Like Cat, actually back again. Just keep in mind all for one's attributes for later. Also, if we later refer to it, we'll likely use the shortened version OFA because it's easier. Understandable. I'll keep that in mind. As far as its attributes, you mean like, I don't know what exactly you mean. Really, the only things we learned about is like a little bit of what it does and the ability to be passed on and grow and exponentially grow, and the passing on and the transference stuff. That's the only, I mean, if there's something else, I mean, I might not have absorbed that, or maybe I misunderstand what you mean. Then finally, we got Game Night J14. Hi, Omni. Favorite thing about this episode is the amount of effort that Izuku has to put in to receive All Might's power. Yeah, he like has to prove he's worthy through sheer dedication. He can't just get it. As much as All Might chose him to do it, he had to put in some work, and I like that. I like that he just didn't get it. Especially the fact that he wants to put in more effort than All Might believes is necessary. Yeah, it's another thing. If he's going to receive it, he needs to feel like he's worthy of it. And I think that's humbling for him as a character, and another thing that highlights why he's good to receive it as well, and why his heart's in the right place when it comes to heroism in general, and why he's out there to do it versus why we've seen it other people pursue it. That are born with quirks. Makes him more, I don't know, I think deserving of being given the power and just being able to hold that torch and that responsibility reliably. Other favorite parts of the episode include Izuku talking with a girl. Yeah, because it was really not much of talking that was had there, but she did most of that. The fact that the place where the main character trains with his master is Dagobah Beach. Wait, was it really? I didn't get that. Was that said? Did I miss that? Or was that like one of those things that popped up and they didn't translate? I must have missed that. Somebody mentioned, I think in one of the previous episodes, somebody said a lot of the locations are based on Star Wars places. Completely missed that. My question for you is, why do you think All Might's quirk is transferable? I mean, I don't know. I can't even hazard a guess as to why it specifically is transferable. Unless it was designed that way. But I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. We also don't know exactly what caused quirks to exist to begin with either. Not that I remember. I don't think they know. I think even in the intro, I think they were like, we don't know how it happened. It just started happening. So I'm just like, I really don't know. Unless it's all like it gets stronger, pass it on, it gets stronger, stronger, stronger. Maybe it's loaned in order to be taken back, maybe? as a way to strengthen the original user through spreading it all for one and one for all to finish the phrase. All for one and one for all. Well, that would imply the opposite of what I just said, though. Yeah, I don't know. To continue on, Izuku, who's fascinated with quirks, seems surprised that such things was possible. I mean, yeah, everybody else seemed to think the only way you can get one is you're born with it. I mean, I assume somebody had to have been born with it. But then, like you said, it's an interesting thing to think about what purpose it serves for it to even be passed on. Yeah, my only guess is that whoever the originating person was maybe still has it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I need to learn. I need to know a little bit more, I think, about this power specifically, I think, before I can really give a better educated guess. But a power that can go to anybody. Power one for all. One for all. One power for all. So it could be one power for everybody. And still, the question I guess I still have too is if when it passes on, does the previous person lose it? Because one for all implies that this one power could be for anybody to have it. That it's one ability for all. But then, like I said, okay, actually, now that I'm working back into it, maybe it does make sense. If it was given to be passed on, one starts with one, the one that was born with it, for all, giving it away, and then all for one would be the retraction of that power. Maybe? Don't know. Otherwise, I fucking don't know. I couldn't hazard a better guess than that, but I'm sure it's probably part of the mystery that maybe will unfold over the course of the series. But fantastic episode. I'm really, really gravitating towards Midoriya and this whole struggle, this whole journey, this whole earning, this whole becoming worthy of the power. All Might as a mentor, All Might as a hero, and just kind of the world. Doing a really great job kind of slow burning this into everything. So I'm excited once we kind of get in here, get our, I mean, it's kind of early on, but like maybe our tuning exams, what this might be kind of thing as we get introduced to some of the greater cast of also similar young characters all aspiring to go to the school. And then what's the time at the school going to be like? I'm excited to get into this, man. I feel like still scratching the surface, but like we are kind of like on the outside looking in now, I think. So I'm excited really to get into these next couple of episodes too, especially with the whole like seasonal breakup for everything too. Anyway, that's going to be all I got for this one, guys. Going to leave it there and pass it off to you. What do you guys think? How do you feel about all of this? Love to know. So sound out the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out Lily Chan-Sun, Kiana Chanel, McGreg, Angela Berg, Calvin Brinley, CP Bastard, Theodore Wolf, Thailand, Denise Mauricio, and The Honk. Thank you guys so much for becoming saviors on the channel, helping sponsor and support the rescues that would take care of here at the office. You guys have been tremendous help with all that. Thank you guys so much. And as always, I want to give a huge shout out to all of our channel legends. You and the patrons allow us to do so much of what we do over here. Without you guys, we would not be able to keep up with all this crazy content, getting help with the editing, get help with the copyright claims and all that stuff, because we're bringing this to you all here on YouTube as much as we can. Out y'all, we wouldn't be here. So big old thank you to you guys as well. But that's this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.